You are all in the throes of combat in the top level of this tiered pagoda. You returned to try and hunt down what you've learned to be a Varghulf that had been prowling the upper canopies of this fortress. And upon reaching the dining hall that you'd visited previously of the Midnight Society, Bort, struck by the concept of gold and rewards, saw a golden chalice, rushed into the room, which set off a tripwire. You quickly deduced that the tripwire caused a little explosion in the top hatch that led to the upper level where you knew this creature was, sending shrapnel down of wood and the ladder go toppling over. In the middle of that, Frostglade rushed up to the throne that had been rebuilt, hacked it apart once again. As soon as that happened, hearing the additional noise, this creature leapt down from the upper level, charged at Frostglade, did some damage there, and then the creature was able to summon a shield of these large leathery bats that were able to circle around itself to prevent some shots. Falas did some really nice called shots. Not Okri.
I knew it.
Oh, yeah. He's got all of us going now. It's like Cassandra's accent.
Bort rushes up with a double strike with the hammer, crippling this creature's hip and leg. Oh no, sorry, it hit Bort hit like
across the jaw.
knee, and then you swung up and hit it in the jaw. That's right. And then after that hit,
not my hip.
The creature sunk its talons into you and took off, going to the upper level. At which point it ripped into through Bort's armor into his sickly dwarven flesh. Taking a few solid bites of blood and whatever else.
You're making a lot of assumptions about Bort's physiology.
That's true.
State of health.
It's probably pretty correct. My body type is disgusting.
It's right there on my character sheet.
Every physical description I've gotten of Bort so far has been unappealing in some way.
And you are correct.
Mario created the character that she wanted to play.
I don't know why I always make disgusting old men. Like, doesn't matter what game I'm playing.
It's like me with Falas and his beard. And it's like, I aspire to grow facial hair. Therefore my characters have.
That does say something potentially kind of weird about you, Marielle. I'm not sure what though. It's not the
I
usual
don't know.
power fantasy. Yeah.
I noticed it recently. Like
in 30 years, maybe we'll find out.
Every character creator I make, I'm just like, what's the oldest man I can make? And that's what I run with. I don't know.
And after sicking its jaws into Bort's unappealing, disgusting body, ravaged by the eons of time, it's felt rejuvenated. You noticed, and knowing that Bort was in the upper levels under duress. Frostglade, mustering up the strength of the entire binding, threw Falas up through the hole in the ceiling, landing and making a really bitchin' one-liner. And then
it was great. It was like the best one-liner I've ever heard.
It was the best one. Real quick, What was it again?
Drop the jorts.
And then following that, Frostglade, realizing there was a ladder also there, picked up the ladder and began to climb. So we're going to jump back into the order. It's going to be Falas' turn. You've only used one action.
Get him.
I used my movement. I only used my movement.
That's right.
So I technically have my action and my medal available to me.
Yeah.
I have to say though, before we start, I don't know if Falas is going to be smart enough to think about this, but I also don't think the man bat is also clever enough to set up a tripwire to explosion, so I wonder where that came from. Something to investigate.
This isn't the time, Falas. What are you doing? We're about to fight this thing.
I have bad memory.
Is this like out of character? We're like
it's out of character because my character is not going to talk about this.
in character, the fiction sequences, he does this one. He gets thrown up, has this one-liner, and just like, huh,
Yeah.
As I'm going through the explosion hole,
Takes a moment and just
how did this even get to this point? As I peer at the savage-looking animal beast-like thing that clearly doesn't have much intelligence, like, you know what? I don't think that's smart enough to set up a trap that exploded this. All right. So am I within striking range?
You could shoot. Basically this whole area is going to be one zone up here in the attic or whatever you want to call it. But you can free move in within the zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love theater of the mind. All right. I will move forward with my action. I am going to swing at it with my cutlass.
Cool.
At the ankles, as I traditionally do. How does this work? Base pool is...
Just a reminder for Bort. Bort is restrained right now. So melee accuracy and defense is decreased by 1 step.
Not for me, though, right?
Not for you, no.
Does the man bat also decrease in defense if they're restraining somebody?
I don't see any reference to that, so I'm going to say no.
You can't go below poor. Is that correct?
You can't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We already established that Bort is...
All right.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Awesome.
Okay. Good. I got one. That's all I wanted.
Do you know what its defense is?
So I don't know. I am attacking with my melee of average against...
It has good, so you're going to be... Average to good is 1 step higher, so you're going to be hitting on 5s.
5s?
Oh, I thought it was
not 4s?
It depends on what yours is, because he has...
Mine's
good
average.
defense. Yeah, but it's good, so it's 1 above you.
So it should be 4s, right? I'm trying. Where's the ladder?
No, if it's equal, it's DN4.
Okay.
If you're 1 step, if you're 1 step below,
it's 5.
It's 5, and if it's 2 or more below, it's 6.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's been a while, so I might have forgotten. Thank you for the recap, though. By the way, that's great.
You're welcome. Yeah.
That's fine. I wasn't intending to do damage. So here's the thing, right? I didn't understand.
Big brain strategy.
Yeah. I have a talent called Sever. And it reads, if I get a 6 on an attack with a slashing weapon, I knock the target prone. And if they move, then they will suffer a damage for the rest of the combat. So it's a little bit of a bleed. And I also knock it prone, which I'm hoping will free Bort.
That's super cool. Sorry, what's the name of that again?
Sever. This is the new talent I got thanks for my training in medicinal practices. And I also have a slashing weapon on hand. So I rolled a 6. Well, my question before, I was wondering if focus would affect it. But the way I read it is like I have to roll a 6. I can't just focus my way up to a 6 because that seems a little overpowered. But I could be wrong. I'd be happy if I was wrong. But I feel like that's really strong if I can just...
Yeah, I think so. Because anytime you get a 4 or more would make it a sever. So I think natural 6 is here, yeah.
So I roll 5 dice because I have 3 in my base pool, plus 1 for retraining, plus 1 for ambidextrous. I rolled 5 dice. My 5th dice was a 6. The rest of them, I got 3 1s and 1 3.
Okay.
So I didn't hit with any of them except for the 6, which probably doesn't do any damage through his armor, but I do sever its ankle tendons and knock it prone.
That's super cool. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, it knuckles, stumbles and kind of falls backwards off of Bort. Barely pinning him still a little bit because the condition is still there. But you have one more. You have your medal still.
I do, and I'm now. So after I sliced him up and he falls down, I just aim my. I have my regular because I remember I switched to my regular hand crossbow when I was dashing up. So I'm going to use my regular crossbow now and just fire it right into the face. And this is a called shot to the head.
Nice. Is there a requirement if you're shooting in like direct range like this with a ranged weapon?
So normally if you're shooting in close, you take a penalty, but both my handbows have the close trait, which allows me to shoot without penalty in close.
Awesome.
And that's probably because they have a medium range as well. So I don't get the long range benefit. I get the close range benefit for them.
So called shot.
Called shot, which I get to roll a lot more dice because I am better at shooting than I am at stabbing.
And where are you calling?
I'm calling the head.
So its defense is going to go up by 1 level.
No, it should go up by 2 levels, but
Yeah, it's
my
2.
attack also goes up by
Oh,
1
you're
level because it's prone.
Oh, cool! Look at this. Look at these tactics.
I know. Well,
I'm proud.
we had the whole week or so to think about this, so I've been
There we
thinking
go.
about what's the best way to use my actions.
Okay.
So my accuracy is normally good, which I'm assuming I go to great.
So if it's prone,
Yeah. So next step up is great.
wait, does yours go up or does he go down?
I go up against prone,
Okay.
but his defense is considered 2 steps higher.
Yeah. So technically, it goes to superb. So it's great against superb, which is still just 1 lower. So you're going to be on 5s again.
5s. Okay.
Yeah. Nice job. That's good.
Yeah. If only I can roll good. Let's see what we got here. Dang it. 3 hits.
3 hits. Okay.
3 successes, which is 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay.
Does any get through?
It does. Yeah. He's only got armor of 1. I'll say that now.
I have
because
my
he
hands
went through
raised up
fight
in the
quite a bit.
air because so he takes 2 damage and he is
Yep.
stunned. So now, if you're fighting against this guy, your attack, both melee and range, goes up by 1 because he's prone, and his defense goes down by 1 because he's now stunned as well.
Very good.
Whew.
Okay.
Wow.
This is what I spent my whole week on, guys. I did no work. My kid, I ignored my family. Just been scribbling
Ignored my
odds on.
family.
Yeah. I just wish I could roll better because on that roll, by the way, I got 2 6s, a 3, which I focused up, and then I got 2 1s and 2 2s.
I dig it. So Frostglade, we're going to finish off your actions now because you did a move and then a throw. So you have 1 action left. I guess technically
It's metal.
but then you also lifted the ladder and went up. So I think that's basically your entire turn.
I would assume that's the whole turn. Frostglade totters up the ladder slowly, kind of grumbling about wishing he had seen it before.
So as Falas is going, he slashes the guy, goes, strike 1, shoots him in the head. Strike 2, goes, Bort, finish him off.
Oh man, Bort was not planning on attacking, but
You can attack and then run. You have your movement.
I was planning on something different. But,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But you've kind of set it up a little bit.
I've passed the ball to you.
I feel like I have to do the follow through, or else this would be squandered.
One quick note is you are still restrained, and until you use an action, that'll basically free yourself.
How
because you're kind of
can
like
you
being
restrain when
wiggled
they've been knocked prone and stunned?
Yeah, he's still in the same space though. Yeah, I was thinking about just like wiping it,
but he's stunned.
I still have to spend an action to essentially like get up.
There is still the action. Yeah, I think that's kind of what it would also reflect. Yeah.
To steal myself.
Yeah.
Pull your guts together, Bort.
Okay, so I'll use my main action to. Is there a proper name for this action? Recover.
I don't think there's a specific name for it, but it's basically just like that would be what it is. Yeah, we can call it a recover action.
And then I'll use my metal to do something else. I was gonna use it to hide.
It's all yours now.
I'm so close to the afterlife. But the bat's prone, so I should probably just take a good smack at him with my hammer. And his defense is lowered by 1.
His defense is lowered, and your melee is increased by 1.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, you basically have a +2 bonus.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I die because of this, because I didn't find a hiding spot,
Mariel, what would Bort do? Don't feel obligated. What would Bort do?
Totally. What would Bort do?
What would Bort do? Bort would attack him.
Nice.
Bort would seize the opportunity, I think.
Cool.
Get him.
Bort's gonna raise his hammer as high as he can with maybe one of his arms is incapacitated, and so he'll raise his hammer with assistance from one of his claw arms on his rig.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's
his
cool.
other good arm, and he's just gonna try and bring it down on the bat
Nice.
as our guy is prone and vulnerable.
I picture Bort like a Dr. Octopus, kind of like.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. So that would make my melee attack good.
So you're going to be on DN3.
I got a 6, a 4, and a 4.
Oh, baby!
Yep, that'll do
So
it.
how much is
Nice.
that?
Yep.
6 damage?
I think it's plus successes. It's 3 plus successes. So 3
Yeah.
plus
6
successes.
damage.
Nice.
Hammer down.
Yeah, you bring this hammer down. Where are you striking it?
Right in his chest cavity. Right in the bulky region of its chest cavity.
Yeah.
Now it's a chest cavity.
Yeah.
It connects, and you hear this creature just like wheeze, and it looks real haggard at this point. And it's its turn.
Good luck.
It's being cornered by 2 folks.
Oh wait, Bort, did you want to move?
Yeah. I'll shuffle out of the way. As far as I can.
Unless the bat can like spit his teeth at you or something.
We'll find out.
You never know what bullshit this guy can do.
Don't give the DM ideas.
He's been stunned, and he's been sliced. So you can either take an action or a move, but not both.
Mm-hmm. I encourage you to take a movement.
It stuns him until the end of the round, right? His round?
Yeah.
So what would he do? He's on his back, he's being surrounded, and he's being attacked. He is going to stand up. Is that going to cause him to take damage?
Movements, because you've been severed, will take damage. 1 damage. Ignores armor.
Yeah, okay, so that would... Okay, cool. Yeah, he will. He'll get up and take that damage.
Yeah, he tries to stand up, he like breaks his ankle, because I already sliced it.
Yeah, it's bleeding all over the place with this gross, stale, stagnant blood. Let's see, he can take an action or move, but not both.
Wait, standing up, is that the move?
Yeah, that's it. Because he also can't spend metal. Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
He's real stuck. Okay, and that's actually all he can do this turn.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
He's being debuffed. Okay. And it's
I'm the cleric now.
Frostglade comes doddering up the ladder and sees this creature just fucked and shrugs and is going to step over and end it if he can with his greatsword, because why not?
Costs you a movement to get there, but you can definitely step over.
I'm okay with that. 3 successes, I believe, based on past experience.
What's your
Good.
It's good. Okay, he's good as well. So you're on 4s. Okay, so 3. And
Correct,
what's your
3.
What's your damage?
It's 2 plus successes, so that's 5 damages.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, Frostglade. You see this creature struggling. It kind of like tries to get to its feet. Its arm slips and it kind of like gets up just in time to look at you, and you just see this fanged maw like curl its lips back more than you expected. You see these 4 major protruding fangs just hissing at you.
Watch out, Frosty! I think it can spit his teeth at you.
Oh my god.
What?
And how do you end it?
So it's not moving that much, and Frostglade's he sees the opportunity. The tip of the greatsword is going straight through the newly made cavity and just finishing that up, and then he'll get a new grip on it and wrench it up and out of the body through probably it's not quite through its head, but certainly it's a clavicle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Clavicle.
You like split this, like you clover it, and it kind of unfurls in this unholy testament to Frostglade, Bort, and Falas' might. You see it kind of float down into a pile on the floor as just a mess of wrathful bones and flesh and tattered hide. And in the moment that follows, you hear just silence.
In a natural silence, or just it's quiet now?
It's quiet now.
All right, that ain't so bad. I was pretty worried there, guys.
I have to say,
Oh god.
I don't know if it was planned, but I do appreciate you not throwing this guy at us at the end of the previous encounter with Luscious Locks.
Probably would have fucked you guys right up, right?
Yeah. I don't know if that was the intended thing, that like the little puzzle room was the intended thing, but yeah, we would have been screwed.
Well, I'm kind of happy that you guys came back to fight it, because I think it was a neat little enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do? You're sitting here.
The room that we're in right now, Dave? Oh, yeah. Right.
Hospital.
Frostglade would actually, yeah, that's a good point. Frostglade looks around the room and immediately is like, oh no. Bort. Oh, I got your name right. Oh, I meant to call you Okri. Well, you're Bort from now on. Damn it.
Excuse me. Hi, it's Dave, your DM. How you doing? It's been such a long time. In fact, it's been 7 days since we spoke last. Or maybe a little bit longer? Yeah, it was. Well, anyway, I'm back. Very excited to ring in this holiday season with you, while describing your friends and heroes being eviscerated by giant bats. It wouldn't be Christmas without it, to be quite frank. Wanted to pop in here, give a few updates, and then get back to the episode. So next week, we will be coming back with a behind-the-scenes episode. A few of the PCs got together, and we're going to answer a few of the questions that you find folks submitted over the last little while. That's going to go up on December 30th. And then on January 6th, we're going to be back again with an Endeavors episode. So everyone's been collecting a bunch of different like XP, and they have an opportunity to go on their own little side missions. So we're going to see most of the PCs are going to be around for that. What else? If you haven't had a chance already, please consider hopping onto Apple Podcasts, giving us a review. We're looking to try and getting a few more up there. It does really help people want to take a chance on the show. And if you aren't already, please consider swinging by the Discord or chatting with us in the r/Age of Sigmar RPG subreddit. We usually pop in there and do some discussion threads about the show. Yeah, what else is going on? I hope you're doing good. Like, I hope this holiday season's treating you well, and if it's not, there's always hope on the horizon for 2021. Knock on wood, as they say. But until the next time we meet, it'll be 7 more days. We're gonna have one more episode this year, and then we're still gonna run weekly. We had talked a little bit before about doing weekly only for the duration of Crash and Burn, but I've been working through editing, and it's been working out so far. So I think that we can keep going, weekly rather than going back to bi-weekly. So, as long as people seem like they're enjoying the show, and we're seeing people come in and talk about it, I have no reason to not do it. So, we'll give it a try, and we'll go as long as we can. All right. Well, thanks everybody, and let's get back to the episode.
Frostglade definitely takes a couple steps, quick steps over to Bort, and he's reaching into, well, I don't know if I should say cavity, but he produces some aqua garanis from somewhere, and he starts feeding you a drop at a time until you feel better.
Thanks.
Actually, with a rest, just so you don't have to waste it, with a 10-minute rest, your toughness refreshes.
Oh, Frostglade uses medicine to get the water back.
Oh.
It just goes in the mouth and comes out wherever the gap in her belly was.
How are you going to get that back from this old Dwarden?
So don't test me. We've been through this before with other people. I go right into people's throats. We're not doing that though. Frostglade's like, Bort, are you okay?
Bort just whimpers.
Frostglade nods like he's obviously okay. Good.
Falas, seeing that Frostglade's got the situation under control, takes a quick glance around to make sure that there's no immediate dangers. Mm-hmm. Do you want me to do a check for this, or can we just proceed?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do an awareness mind 4-2, and we'll just kind of see what you notice about this room.
Oh, great! Because I did definitely hit this with my rolls. Oh, I did actually 2 4s.
Awesome.
Barely did it.
Yeah, so when you were in this room before,
Mm-hmm.
There was this whole element of duality with the mirror floor and everything like that. The thing you actually notice as you're in here now is it seems like that sort of magical component is actually faded.
Does it have anything to do with the fact that the ground exploded, potentially shattering the mirror ground?
So it wouldn't be, because that last time the glass shattered when you went through it, and you basically flipped with it. But now that this sort of hourglass style room is just gone, it's just one room now.
Okay, but there's any immediate dangers that I can discern.
Not that you can tell. I should also mention that it's kind of a little bit of a facsimile of both halves, because you do see the large statue of that king from before, and you also have the cages on chains that you have kind of since lowered.
Okay. What's the status on that statue? Because the one on the ground floor, it was like aged or whatever, right?
Yeah, it has aged as well, similar to be in keeping with the rest of the building.
All right.
That is
Well,
wacky.
Seeing no immediate dangers, Falas pulls out a kind of like, not a short hunting knife, but a semi-long one, and just starts cutting out the leather from the man-bat's wings.
Sure.
Just like, whistle while you work.
Your shoes. Remember you wanted to make shoes.
Why?
Shoes. He just kind of looks at you and gives you like, that wide-eyed knowing nod. You're like, shoes.
Shoes.
Sorry,
I had a question about my wounds.
Yeah, me too.
Do I carry those with me?
Till the end of time. They'll never. So you need to basically do some medical treatments in order to get rid of wounds.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to do that right now without urgent medical care. That's a little bit more substantial, but you've refreshed all your toughness.
Okay.
Yeah.
More substantial, Dave. Heard loud and clear, jerk. I've got one training in medicine. Give me a break here.
I too have training in medicine, so we could assist each other.
For 2, Dave. Does Bort need any Aqua Garanis right now? Because
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't think so. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Frostglade's just eager to throw money away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Aqua
it doesn't mean
Garanis
much
is
to him.
it's almost like a stim pack in combat. You can consider it that way, right? Like it kind of gets you back to your pool gets refreshed.
Okay. Well, all that matters is life, as a wise person says.
If someone wants to heal, I think I was actually realizing we did this a little bit incorrectly before, but there's actually a talent called Medic. So if you want to be healing people, you need to take that talent.
Okay.
Oh,
So it allows you need to have training and focus in medicine, and you also need to have like suitable tools. And then instead of taking a rest, you can actually take that length of time to treat one ally's wounds. But you don't get the benefits of the rest.
Okay, that's fair. Cool. I'll
Yep.
maybe look into that between sessions here.
Yeah, I do. I think I have some spare XP if I need to use them for things, but yeah.
So it was a very different statue up here than down below, though, right? Like the statue up here was of some forgotten god, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like you can consider it almost like a demigod king sort of figure.
Oh my.
And the stone that's down below is kind of like this Rosetta Stone, sort of made out of like Ignis jade, and it's kind of has like a face etched into the rock.
And last time he was like holding some like gold necklace or something worth
Chains for
several
sure.
thousand Aqua Garanis, I believe.
They were chains hanging down. Yeah, he has forearms that kind of extend up and have the chains dangling off of a couple of those.
So he's got forearms. I thought you were just talking about his forearms.
Oh, I should specify every character that has arms and forearms.
You guys didn't bring your weapons.
Yeah.
Well, so, Frostglade's satisfied that we did what we came to do. I'm going downstairs.
I believe Mr. Okri wanted us to take back the statues. Should we grab these ones?
I don't think we were ever planning on bringing back the statue up top here. Frostglade says, yeah, downstairs.
All right. Well, hopefully before Frostglade disappears, Falas would just
sprint at top speed out of the room.
hastily
I dive out a
window. Hastily gather anything of value, which I'm assuming will be the goat chains. Maybe there'd be some dinner plates that weren't smashed last time.
Why would there be dinner plates?
Not in this upstairs.
Oh,
chamber.
you're talking about going downstairs. Sure.
No,
sure.
in the downstairs there's the full dining set. Oh my goodness, there's actual dinner plates and not the obsidian slates. I totally forgot about the real dinner plates.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is so my power fantasy, guys. I love talking about cutlery. Let's do that all night.
Yeah. How many china plates are in this specific room? No.
Yeah.
They were having an elegant dinner.
Bort dusts himself off and just says, "I'm out of here," and takes the ladder down.
Are you gonna grab the cup?
Wait, the cup in the main room?
Yeah. You gonna grab that at least? Because you almost died for
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
good.
sure. Yeah. Sorry, I thought we were we were
I earned
like,
that cup.
I thought we were climbing out of like the antechamber or whatever.
Oh, totally.
the
Yeah,
attic
yeah. The upper.
area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the upper.
Yeah, Falas assumes like generally whenever he deals with treasure with his previous crew, like everybody does split it. So he's not concerned about treasure stuff that everybody kind of knows exists because he figures everyone will always split it properly. That's why he typically goes for more like trophy type things because nobody else really wants them typically.
Sure.
So he'll take the chains, he'll shove it into his bag. He'll go downstairs and just take like the glassware and just shove that and throw it in there, and it all breaks. But he doesn't really care; he's just doing it really fast.
You'll still get the leather and stuff, but I want Falas to take a survival mind check with a DN of 4, and just go for it.
DN
See how many successes you get.
I knew you shouldn't deal with this statue, man.
That's why I want to do this before you leave. I'm
falling to my death out the window. I'm sorry.
I mean, this is in the nature. Like you're going there, and then I'm like, Faust is panicking, right? He's not. He's just like, oh, okay, let me just grab some stuff, and so I can chase after you, and let's go. I don't want to be. Okay, survival. What do I have to roll?
4, and then just tell me how many successes you got.
I roll 4 or a DN 4.
It's DN 4.
Okay, so I got 1.
Survival mind, and you got 1 4. Okay. So you scrounge through this room. You loot the statue, taking the gold chains off, and that's kind of everything. Then you're able to scramble back downstairs.
Okay.
You feel a slight tinge of cold, but you think it might be the wind.
It must be the wind, then.
It must be the wind.
What's that? Somebody's prowling around here. Anyways, Bort's got a cup.
Yeah, Bort wants to make sure that he's grabbed the chalice before we've left the room.
Sure.
It's a chalice now. Oh
It's
my.
Yeah, it was a chalice.
Well, like,
yeah.
wait, is the chalice
was it?
a cup?
Yeah,
like,
it
it
was
was
a
like a little mug? Like,
Yeah, I thought it was like a tumbler, an IKEA tumbler.
my golden
It's got
coffee
a
mug.
printed on sticker of one of the ghoul's faces, like in front of a star on the
It
side.
says, it says number 1 ghoul. Oh, well.
So Bort, as you grab this chalice or chalice, as they say, and you look at it.
Who
and
says
it's,
Nobody
you-
says that.
Who
Nobody
says
says that.
that?
Stop the recording. Nobody's
Yeah,
ever said that.
Nobody says that.
you turn it over and you notice there's some gems kind of like built into the the lip of the cup and everything like that.
Ooh.
And as you look at the interior of it, you notice that it has actually dried blood kind of coating the inside.
As per
Oh.
Am I maybe mistaking it for wine?
I guess you weren't here before, so it's
Do you
very
want to
possible.
drink the blood? Oh, okay. All right.
So
Yep.
lick that
Okay.
bad boy up.
Wait, you said it's dried up though, right?
Yeah, it's dried up. Like, I think if I wasn't here before, Bort has not
Oh.
been into
Oh my
this
God.
room, looks into the chalice, and just sees like a kind of like
Awareness.
reddish, dried
Awareness.
up-
Do I see
Give it
this?
a sniff. Normally you'll give it a
I
sniff,
think-
right? And you're like,
To specify Frostglade, I think you already went downstairs.
Oh
Your
no!
bus is
I
gone.
poke my head in the window. Don't drink that.
welcome
go
to
for it. Why
players
don't you-
sabotaging themselves. 101.
Bort's gonna inspect the inside of the cup, and when he sees like the dried up reddish, I
Mhm.
guess reddish brown stains,
Yeah.
he'll take a sniff, take a little.
Sure. Yeah, do an awareness mind 4-3. 4-2.
Do you have any technology that helps you with this?
Technology that helps me with what? Like, with
Okri literally has sniffing technology. I think he's cheating, but that's fine.
okay, no, I don't think I have a sniffing tech thing going on.
Okay.
That's why Okri needs to like sleep with like full sensory deprivation. It's canon.
Fourth, no successes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably wine. Like
That's probably wine.
You've been to parties before. It's probably some
Yeah.
no juice.
Yeah, you smell
Yeah.
it and you realize that you've got a helmet on your face that you can't
Yeah.
smell through. You're like, well.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, Bort stashes it anyways, and puts it away in his backpack, the storage compartment of his ether rig.
Yep. Cool.
Mhm. How is
Out of sight,
how
yeah.
is the dining set on this table? We were presented with a very elaborate,
Yeah.
fine dining.
Yeah,
I
it
see
is,
Isaac
yeah.
with his hand and his face in his hands. Yeah,
I'm just hoping this goes somewhere.
I just want money.
Yeah, so you could totally like this is China that has probably been, I guess, fantasy China that has been looted from nearby villages,
Oh,
and yeah, it's actually high quality stuff. You could feel free to scoop it up if you'd like.
I take it.
Cool. So just make a note of that on your character sheet. There is an arrangement of ghouls without their faces on, sitting at this table that are using the China. What are you doing with them as you're looting?
The ghouls?
Yeah, they're just sitting at the table. Some of them are holding some of these utensils.
Oh right, they're set up
Yeah.
to be.
Well, I thought it was
seated
the
at
people that
table.
we rescued. Oh no, okay. So the ghouls that we murdered.
To clarify, one of the person that you Falas had killed was the
Nobody
one
knows
that was
that.
set up top the throne. Yeah.
Nobody knows that. That arrow was in the guy's head when I got up here.
Yeah, he shot at me. Yeah.
So, Dave, I forgot about the many horrifying bodies up here. Frostglade would almost certainly start flinging them down to the bottom floor with the intent of taking them outside and burning them.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so all the bodies are gone then, including the guy who has a mysterious head wound.
Yep. Frostglade's lugging them down. Frostglade, go ahead and roll an intuition mind. Just
Oh,
a 4-3.
Dave.
Yeah.
Big mistake. I trained so hard in this. Wait, that box is empty. That's weird. Okay. What did you say?
Intuition mind. Did I say 4-3? I think I said 4-3.
You said 4-3, but I'm hoping
now.
you'll say something differently.
Sometimes you just need to question me.
One success.
I mean, you're not really finding anything distinguishing about these bodies or anything, but you're able to hoist them all down.
Okay, I do that. You want me to roll might?
No, you're good. You're a
7 successes. I don't roll that.
You
many
hurl
dice.
them.
Wow.
Yeah. Spike them at the floor. So there are 6 bodies of the ghouls and 1 body that was one of the hostages, and that's all the bodies that are up here.
Oh, the body of the hostage isn't like... It's obviously different. It doesn't look like a ghoul body? Oh, or
Correct.
did I already roll and fail that? Oh, okay. Well, at that rate, I'd probably want to treat that particular body with a little bit more respect.
Until it gets up and bites you.
Well, you're right about that, actually.
It has been like positioned unnaturally, and it has like its face has been like contorted back to be like laughing.
You can do that with a dead body?
It's a fantasy world, man.
Okay.
Okay. So the other bodies are going to get burnt. This body is going to get treated with respect, maybe bundled up, and I might want to take it back to whoever might know it.
Cool. Yeah.
Or bury it or something. We'll figure that out.
And thus, Frostglade doomed the entire village. Okay, and then I guess if there's nothing else, just a statue down on the ground floor, which I have no idea how the heck we're going to get it out.
Neither do I.
Might.
Yeah.
I hope.
Oh, we're just gonna mite this thing back home.
That was my intention.
Sorry, how large is the statue?
I don't remember the exact dimensions they gave, but it's roughly about 4 feet wide by like 3 feet high and like a foot deep. So it's like a big slab of jade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recalled there were like some carts and such because I remember making like the waist high barricade joke.
There's a rickshaw here.
Oh.
Perfect.
Could we rickshaw it? Would that make sense?
Why not?
Do you have enough leather scraps to like drape it over the slab, like as if it were a tarp or a cloth or something?
I forgot to put that down on my sheet, but yes, I am considering that I now have infinite leather. Infinite leather. I can make whatever the heck I want. It doesn't matter. If I murdered like a 1 foot long like bat, I can now make a cloak out of that leather.
So yeah, like we can get into specifics, but you basically have like 5x4 sheet of leather, but it's in several pieces, right? Because it's segmented wing.
All right, so that I'm writing it correctly, I have a 5x4 if I had sewn it all together, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Sweet.
exactly.
I could make a cloak, except I already got an awesome cloak.
You do have
wear
pretty
2
cool
cloaks.
That's very Falas. Let's get the statue
Falas.
onto the rickshaw. Frostglade will carry it. The statue can hang out with the body of the friendly guy. We'll bury the corpses. Nope, let's burn them. Forget that, the other corpses. And let's go back to town. Who's with me?
You have my sword.
Bort just nods.
And my bow. I've got both a sword and a bow.
Yeah, so are you you let the bodies burn on a little pyre, I suppose, that you make in the main courtyard here. Is that the idea?
Do they not just burn up in the sun normally?
They sizzle, but they don't like erupt into flames.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we'll pile them up in the courtyard, sure, why not?
Sure.
It's a future person's problem.
Cool.
Does Frostglade have any fear of fire
I don't think so.
for a person made out of wood? I'm surprised.
Yeah, none of that self-preservation kind of going on upstairs.
I don't know. The trees don't just like burn unless they're like all dried up and stuff. So I'm okay.
Yeah, he's a well-oiled tree.
Okay, so you all gather around, throwing a bunch of ghoulish bodies onto a fire, light it, and make your way back through the trail towards Far and Swallow with this rickshaw. I don't think with enough time you would be able to hoist this rock onto the rickshaw. I mean, it's certainly a challenge, but you'd be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to manage it between the three of us and my rig and helper claws.
Yeah. You head back along the road and you find the swamp.
I
was hoping you would skip this.
I was hoping that we would just star wipe and we're back.
Yeah, I thought we would just star wipe and we'll be back in town and nothing.
You guys made it.
Yeah. Is there no way to go around this swamp?
Yeah, with some time you can go around the swamp. It's fine. You arrive back here.
This swamp divides the land in half perfectly.
Dusk begins to settle over the little hamlet of Far and Swallow. The village people have been hard at work trying to repair, put in some windows to their windowless homes. They've been starting to
those windows.
make plans to rebuild this central windmill, and you see life starting to come back to the little town. And they look back to see coming over the horizon out of the woods. They see a tall and broad elf with a thick beard and a tricorn hat with a large wrap of skin. They see a less familiar dwarven who's just gotten several claw marks in his chest, bleeding but still keeping his bearded chin up. And we see Frostglade, home of owls, carrying pulling a rickshaw behind him back to town with a massive slab of Ignis jade.
Yeah, I like it.
So that all the people of this island now are settling in this one village, because I guess the population in all the other towns have been thinned out.
Yeah, exactly. So what they had kind of mentioned to you before was the northeast town of Glades Reach. They've been mentioning that they've been having a lot of problems farming there. Like the soil is just no longer able to sustain life. So right now, while they're trying to get infrastructure back up on the island and everything, they're rebuilding Far and Swallow first.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Well, what's left to do?
Is there anybody in charge outside of Ekram, potentially?
Yeah, Ekram and Hector kind of collectively are kind of running the show here these days.
Okay. Frostglade would tell Falas and Bort that I'll take care of the body. And he goes to find Ekram and Hector.
Cool.
Right on, Frostglade. I guess I will sell these things that we found.
Bort decides to stay with the cart and guard the treasure.
Cool. Yeah.
The statue.
Yeah, the giant statue.
There's nothing of value here, Bort says out loud, to no one in particular.
Someone's kind of standing a little bit far away and kind of looks up like, were you talking to me? Sir?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. And then they kind of go back to tilling some soil. Yeah.
Bort speaks in complete sentences when he thinks no one's listening.
Maybe Bort's just shy. Yeah, I guess I'll just off the goat chains and fine dining set.
Sure. Yeah. So you're going to be trading those for Aquagaranis.
Mm-hmm.
The town is a little bit light on currency right now, but I think you could probably sell those as being. So they're going to give you a less of a rate than you would probably get if you were to sell it somewhere else. But they would be able to give you 2 files.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to take that? Or so this you'd probably be selling to Ekram here.
Yeah,
she basically tells you that what she can do, or you could go try and sell it at somewhere like Gromerstown. Probably get a little bit more.
It's fine, Miss Elder. I trust you.
Cool. He nods and kind of takes a look at everything, and she's kind of thinks well, we do have enough food for a dinner tonight. If you wouldn't mind, staying with us to see everything off, we could use these plates.
I'll have to see what the others are doing. But it sounds lovely. Thank you.
She kind of reaches up, probably a little bit too high to really be comfortable with her dwarven statue, and up to your elven cheek. But she kind of taps you on the cheek. Yeah, Very good. It's good to know that we're finally through it and we can get back to normal.
That's right. Nothing bad will ever happen to this village ever again. We'll live forever.
You will all live forever.
Frostglade is getting married right now. It's time to settle down, guys. I mean, the adventure's over.
Yeah.
I'll share the whatever I got with I'll split it with the Frostglade and Bort.
Noise.
So I don't know how we split 20 three ways, but yeah, Falas is not good with math.
Well, I know what we're doing for the rest of the session, having that discussion.
On how exactly to split this.
Frostglade will take whatever you give to him with thanks.
Okay, well, we'll deal with it afterwards. I'll let you know how much you get.
Okay, cool.
Frostglade, you kind of go over and Hector kind of pulls back the wrapping that you have around the body, and he kind of winces a little bit as he sees the face in the strange condition. But he puts it back and says, "Yes, this was
Dover. This is Dover.
He's was a little bit of a well-loved
baker.
Minstrel.
He's a minstrel?
He's a minstrel.
I'm helping.
Well.
Okay, I need a name and a profession and a scene. Yeah.
Dover, a baker, and a drinking blood. Okay.
Dude, got it. It's perfect.
Yes, we found the body. I have no idea what happened. Obviously, he's no longer with us. It's very unfortunate. But thankfully, we managed to rescue everybody else.
Well, we can't fault you for anything. You saved all of us. Dover was particularly well loved by the children and families here. He would often put on performances overlooking the town where he would play his acoustic guitar, sing tales about.
Are there electric guitars?
We were talking about memes just before we started recording today. You know the meme with the guy from Key and Peele who's just like sweating profusely?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's Falas right now. It's like as they go on and on, it's just kind of like staring at them, just like.
In fact, it's a week every summer called Dover Days, in which you bring the children in from across the island, and they would sit in rows and listen to Dover talk about how to be a good person and how to lend credence to the ideas of being selfless and putting others in front of yourself and being part of the community.
And be truthful and honest about things.
And honest.
And own up to any mistakes you ever make.
We often considered him a fantasy version of Raffi. And he would go on and on about how bravery and honesty were the paramount elements of life, and how honesty is the best policy.
Yes.
Furthermore, Dover would often go out of his way to volunteer at our local windmill, making sure that he was grinding wheat into flour and giving these away to various folks who would be down on their luck and traveling through town. I remember one specific story about when we were coming up on Winterfest, which was a collaborative Sigmar rock concert. He would volunteer in terms of setting up, and he would, oh my god, please stop!
Good man.
I wanted to see where this is going. Hold on.
I'm enthralled.
I knew we could wait you
has
out,
the
Dave.
most lore about any other character in the game right now.
More than the
This is
PCs.
the most lore-rich character.
It wasn't a trolley problem, okay? 5-1. It was a trolley opportunity.
It was a min-max sort of situation, yeah. But after a long period of Frostglade listening quietly and patiently, they finally put the body to rest, and Dover was never mentioned again.
Oh, thank God. I wonder if this would change a person. Not Falas, but, another person who has more
other
moral
people.
compass.
Falas says aloud, yeah.
Yeah.
Fate plays strange things.
I'm curious about these shoes that Falas was so enthused about on our way here.
That's right. I heard you can make shoes with leather. I will never tried it myself, but How
were
hard
just
could it be?
jazzed on an idea that you could make shoes.
Yeah, no kidding. That's like, I've heard you can make cake from bread.
But
At this point, as you look over Falas' outfit, you kind of realize that with growing horror, that everything is just like hodgepodge put together from various things. He has
Ew.
so one of the main, like the two main things that you see, right? He's got his cloak, which is a sea dragon cloak. It's made from sea dragon scales, so that's made from a thing. He's got his hunting horn, which is fashioned from a gore's horn. His tricorn is something that he has acquired somewhere. You would probably assume he did not pay the gold price for it. He paid the iron price for it. But yeah.
Oh, we are so sued. Way to go, Murray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that did it.
pays the,
Yeah.
the steel price.
Played
Oh,
the
phew.
blood
Okay, we're safe
price.
again.
All right, never mind. I thought
so-
there was actually. I thought there was like I thought there was like cobbling work behind your character or something, and I was kind of excited to see what you would make. But if
Well,
that's
I
not a
remember
thing,
Bort
then-
promised to make something. Can you work leather?
No, no.
Wow.
Bort just shakes his head.
Bort, you said you could make something. I've got 4x5 unknown unit of measurement of leather.
Bort furrows his brow and inspects all of the organic material that he realizes he has never worked with before. None of it is metal, none of it's ether, none of it's steel, and Bort just shakes his head.
Guys, I'm going to let you finish, but Dave, Frostglade needs to leave, and he needs to be elsewhere, looking around the town,
So
specifically
you're not going to
looking
stay for the meal?
Maybe not, honestly. I want to know if the town looks sort of defended or defensible. I want to know what their food situation is. Frostglade's going to go for a solo wander.
Sure. While you're doing that in the background, do a just a survival mind,
Cool.
and well, that'll kind of assess, your feelings about how it is. So, as this is happening, are you folks intending to go back to Torlin, or are you staying for dinner? What's your plan?
I do what the group does.
Bort
Oh
is
my God.
interested in staying for dinner.
Cool.
He's probably just still feeling a bit shaken from being almost torn asunder by a
makes
giant
sense.
man bat.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we should heal you still.
How much wounds do you heal with just like a Knight's Rest?
Let me find that.
Sorry for grinding the game to a halt.
No, that's good.
We do need to know.
If with 10 minutes your toughness refreshes, overnight your toughness refreshes, and you can clear a wound on your track.
Just
Cool.
one.
Yeah, just one. Okay, so Frostglade, what did you get on that roll?
Oh, right. Getting back to all those failures. What sort of numbers are you hoping for, Dave?
Survival mind 4-3.
Oh, I was crossing my fingers so hard. If I look at the dice, it looks like 0 successes, Dave. Like none?
I'm shocked. Did I infect everybody with my?
So, okay, I'll say this. Like, you don't really get a good sense of, how this town would be defensible. I
Okay.
think your general impression was, the towns weren't really necessarily affected by like a raid, like a direct raid the past few times. Like, they would have nightly
Right.
basically abductions that kind of like grew over time. So you don't really think that they would be particularly adept at like holding on anything like big off, because they're pretty worn down right now.
Mhm.
But that's kind of all you're able to glean.
Okay, well that's fair. What about the food situation? I mean, we're all aware of the rumor that there's not a lot of food. I suppose there's some right now based on Ekram, but I don't know. That seems like a thing to take care of if we could.
We dropped off some food at the cost of our own food supply, if you
Yeah,
recall.
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so they have
for sure.
like their short to medium term needs are met. You actually need to worry about the food supply on Torlin.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can tell that they are trying to, get their fishing ships up and running again. Like nothing special, but like small fishing vessels. Get some farm plots up and running again around Far and Swallow. So
Would they ever be able to like be over sustainable in that they could supply us?
that'd be a question for them, I suppose.
We can talk about that at the huge feast.
Yeah, the huge overindulgent feast that we're having tonight.
We'll zip forward a little bit. You have this is a kind of a community dinner table, kind of that's laid out in the center of the market. So everyone's kind of here. There's no 3 seats available in a row or anything like that. There's a few odds and ends seats.
I thought you were going to say there were no chairs in this town, just like there were no windows.
No more chairs. All the chairs were destroyed in the Great Fire.
Just the chairs.
Yeah. Where do you sit?
That's a good question.
That's a fucking question.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. With all the options laid out in front of us, I take the first available open seat.
You can sit with anyone, but you can't sit with each other.
Okay, is there a seat that's like closest to the food, or if there's like a giant roast, or like a turkey or a bird or something? Is there?
There's a platter-sized silver chair right in the middle of the table. You can just park yourself right there if you want.
Yeah, it's a buffet table, but like instead of taking your food and going back to your table, you just take a chair and you put it right by the
and I
buffet
sit
table.
on the table. I sit.
Yeah.
So in this case, like there's a kind of a main portion that's kind of being ladled out from like the middle, and it kind of like goes out. So you see Ekram's actually up there, kind of standing on a little stool, and she's like ladling things out of a big stew pot, and they're kind of passing it down the table. So
Bort's just gonna try and sit as close as he can to where most of the food is, and as he pulls out his chair and sits down, he pulls out this drinking chalice that he brought with him,
This can only end well.
ready for drinking and feasting.
Okay, so Ekram next to you does not know what that is. So
She's never seen a cup before.
She doesn't
What is this
recognize.
sorcery?
With this town.
She has not seen that chalice before.
Oh, okay.
So she grabs it. She pours some soup into it,
Just
and she hands it back to you.
okay.
It is now full of soup.
This is what you get for being old and decrepit. People just take things out of your hands and hand them back to you. You have no say in the matter.
I was gonna wipe it out, but if she already ladled some soup into it, great. Soup in my chalice. That's how I like to consume soup.
Frostglade, Falas, where are you both sitting?
Is there actually like a spot for my size?
They would make a spot, yeah.
Oh, right on.
They want you to be there.
That's probably why we can't all
Okay.
sit together.
Yeah.
Aw, I ruined it for everyone. I'll sit where they make the spot for me. I'm happy wherever.
They have 2 stools kind of together, and as you kind of plunk down on it, you kind of feel it seep into the soft, wet grass a little bit.
Yep.
But I think, like, honestly, for you to sit at the table, your knees are kind of coming up a little bit above the table because you're a big, thick tree boy. And
Dave, we're gonna talk about this after, but let's continue.
Yeah. And Ekram and kind of glance up like, Master Tree Folk, what can I offer you?
Oh God, we're getting back to me not knowing what Kurnoths eat.
It's been
Or
about a
how
month,
they eat, even.
month or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just absorb it through your finger roots.
Frostguy's never been sure about this either. So
His whole life
he
is
just
this
looks
story.
around, and shrugs and says, "Soup, yeah."
She nods and just grabs a pretty standard ladle of soup and pours it into a cup and passes it over.
Okay.
And Falas, did you say you wanted to sit at the head of the table?
No, I said anywhere there is a spot.
Oh, okay.
Sit right
Jeez.
at that.
Yeah, is there a person there already? I'm sitting on them. No.
Is there anyone else that's anything else you guys want to do here at the dinner? It's just kind of a calm little area.
I don't think I was clear a while ago, but the chalice I pulled out was the gold one.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay.
It'll be
Which
plot relevant soon.
I did not get to clean it out, and now it's filled with soup and crusty flakes of what I thought was wine. I don't know what
So
it
I will
does.
say,
Mario just wants bad things to happen.
I just want to make sure that we don't leave that as a loose end.
yeah, Frostglade and Falas are not far from you. You're sitting at a long table. You're just not seated directly next to each other. So feel free to do with what you will.
Is there any type of rumors about any monsters or anything we can kind of gleam about the situation in other places that we might be traveling to?
Let's take a look at the current state of rumors right now.
I don't suppose you've heard of any monsters I could hunt, Something
almost
for
went
old
Yoda there for a
Falas.
second.
That was a
Care
little
of.
bit
Yeah.
Yoda-like. Yeah.
So in terms of monsters, you do know that Bort does have the World of Wild Things Be,
Mhm.
which is kind of like a
Mhm.
explorer's guide.
I'm just wondering if the locals, the yokos, the local yokos would know anything.
Not particularly. They have heard story of some of the fishermen coming back that they've seen strange things on the water. But if you were to speak with them, they basically kind of seem evasive.
Interesting. Is it because they're trying to hide their ignorance about the state of the outside world?
Do I hear this discussion?
You could
Awareness, 2 successes, Dave.
just declare. Yes, you do. You
Just
hear it
declare it.
with perfect
I actually
awareness and harmony.
did roll earlier for no good reason. Frostglade. Being Frostglade, just starts in with puts up his hand and looks at the person who's telling the story about strange things in the water, and he says, "What was it?"
It's kind of an older gentleman, kind of portly with like suspenders holding up things, and he's got like a kind of a wide brim straw hat. It's like, well, yeah, it's probably nothing, but I took the skinner out, and I was looking to catch some of those good fish that can explode if you cook them wrong. They're the legged kind. Anyhow, one day I was plying northwest of here. There's the shoals, and I was looking, and I damn if I didn't see a man standing there. Must have been 10, 12 feet tall. Looked like he was walking on stilts, plying through the water. And I saw him raise a hand. Something big came out of the water, like must have been one of those fire whales or something. Something huge.
What?
It was the biggest thing. And to be honest, like first thing I think is like, old Wilkie's thinking, he's hitting that bottle, and like, frankly I was, but at the end of the day, I saw something come out of the water.
Do we know what a fire whale is?
You could do a lore check.
Also, is
Lore
this
mind.
guy lying? Is he exaggerating?
That would be a intuition mind.
I'm really good at those, as we have established, Dave.
I got 1 success on intuition.
5-2, because this guy's a little bit difficult to read.
Oh, well, 1.
1, and actually, sorry, it's an opposed check, so I need to roll for him. And when it's like something like that. Murray, what were you rolling? You were rolling lore?
I rolled intuition. I got a 6 and a 1.
Frostglade, he's speaking with a thick accent, and he's gesturing wildly. You have no idea if he's tall tailing it or not.
You can't actually see his face because of his straw hat, and you're looking down on him from above.
Yes.
That's definitely the problem.
Falas, fire whale isn't like the technical term or the common name for them, but you have heard of large kind of like large whale-like creatures. They have their skin is almost like coalesced with like thick coal, and they kind of like leave behind like plumes of like black ash wherever they go through the water. They're almost like magmic in origin, so they kind of come up from the depths, and they're like super low-lying creatures. And when people call them like whales, they're kind of referring more to their size. They're really more like anglers. So they have like these large stalks on their head. That's like this pulsating orb of light. It looks like it's like rippling flames, and they have these like massive like toothy jaws. But
I wonder what I can make with that.
Probably something magnificent like a glove. Or a hat.
A single mitt.
I was actually thinking he would just make like a mace and just take the orb and just like start swinging it around. I am going to look through all the equipment stuff and see what leather type things I'm going to try to craft and horribly fail at.
Frostglade's going to wander over to Bort and tap him on the shoulder and say, "Can I see the book?"
Bort shuffles around in his pack storage compartment and pulls out the surprisingly large tome Where the Wild Things Be and presents it to Frostglade.
Oh, right on. Thanks. Thank you. I'll go read it.
Just takes it and leaves.
Frostglade takes it and leaves. I want to go find a quiet spot, and I want to try to flip through it and find things of information about fire whales and 12-foot tall, stilted human beings. Man, what is with this session, or this campaign world? I do not get it.
Stilted human being.
Yeah, he goes and peruses it.
Okay.
Oh, I see you got the picture book out. You mind if I join? Make sure you have some good light. You ruin your eyes, Frosty. That's something they told me when I started trying to read.
I'm going to say that by now Bort has already consumed the soup in the chalice, so...
Oh, man.
Oh, actually...
No one was stopping me!
Oh, actually, no, I was just thinking,
that's what I rolled
wonder
the
if
awareness for.
The Dwarvens are immune to it. Because I remember Okri and Ekram were...
I don't even know what it is.
Because Okri and Ekram didn't get affected by the slate. This is speaking out of character, obviously. Falas would never have such revelations.
Bort, with you consuming that, I would like you to roll...
Body deliciousness. It's just to see how good it was, that's all.
A 4/3 Fortitude Soul.
4/3 Fortitude.
Ooh.
Yikes.
No training in Fortitude. Good job, me. Well, my soul is 2, so I can't get this.
Oh.
Rip.
Dave looks nervously around the room.
I did get 2 successes.
Okay,
That
so
makes
maybe it's
and
less
that makes
severe.
it less bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bort, as you consume this, you feel the soup and the flakes of dried wine plunge into your stomach, and like it's a warming sensation,
Nice.
and then like it kind of like rumbles in your tummy a little bit until it almost feels like have you ever had like mentholatum or like kind of mint like or any like rub A535 where it's just like a cold heat?
Yeah.
You feel that like in the center of your stomach.
Congratulations, you now have IBS.
IBS gang.
And you kind of feel that kind of like ripple through your body a little bit, but after a few moments of like that like internal numbing, it does subside.
Okay. Well,
You should probably just keep eating. I'm sure it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Bort is no stranger to indigestion from overconsumption, so
There we go.
he probably continues to eat.
Flash forward to like weeks later, taking Bort out to the back of the shed, tear in my eye.
Aw.
Is it because I'm old?
Yes, that's the reason.
Okay.
It's unrelated to our adventures. I seriously did roll my awareness check to see if I saw you eat it, and then there was another opportunity, so I just took it and forgot all about it. I'm not a very good party member.
Okay, so after flipping through the pages in this book, you do come across, I think you and Falas kind of looking through, I mean, it's fairly obvious. You see a sketch of a creature that kind of like matches the overall size of what Ol Wilkie described and Falas's understanding of it. And yeah, it's called a cinder whale.
Neat.
They don't come near the surface. Like there's never been an instance of one coming up to the surface, except when they are like dead and wash up on beaches.
Frostglade leaps to his feet, points at the man, and says, "Liar!" Nope, he doesn't do that. Well, that's interesting. Were there any pictures of people wearing stilts?
Anything about men on stilts? No, nothing.
Let's be less specific. Women on stilts.
People on
Humanoids.
stilts.
Good one.
Humanoids on stilts.
No
right.
stilted beings in this thing.
No stilted bipeds, eh?
What kind of world is this? All right, well, that's weird. Maybe it's something to worry about.
It's like, I'm sure this will never become relevant anytime. He just closes the book and just gives it back.
What a boring book.
This book sucks.
It only has pictures every other page.
Who? Wow. Frostglade
I
wants
love
to go
this
talk
part
to
of
Ekram.
DMing where I just completely fluster Isaac.
That's the best. I want to talk to Ekram. Bye. And then he walks away.
Ekram is currently ladling out the rest of the soup.
She's busy.
She hasn't
she's
eaten all
always
night.
she always has time for you.
I stand directly behind her, towering over her, not noticing how rude and potentially awkward that is.
She
Also
sees
way too
a
close.
horrifying shadow cast over the table of rippling branches and like cruel hooks and claws.
And owls hooting.
Yeah.
Not
Like
quite
that.
sure what that was.
Oh.
Owls hooting like a pigeon would.
She glances like, "Hi, hello, Frostglade. You okay?"
He turns the book to face her and puts his branchlet, points it right at the cinder whale picture, and he says, "Are these ever on the surface?"
She is gonna do a lore check.
Jeez, you kids and your Pokemans.
She kind of like furrows her fuzzy dwarven brow, and not as far as I've ever seen. There is a skeleton I saw of one of these wash up on one of the islands. She marks it on your map. It's north of here. I remember seeing this when we went out for an expedition. But other than that, that is an old skeleton. But it's kind of a little bit of a landmark when you're sailing. But I mean, cool. Living? No, never.
If there was, would you be scared?
I mean, yes. Those are large. They could set boats on fire. They, I don't know anything about their behavior, but they're basically like have a body comprised of coal and magma.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Closes the book and walks away.
Just like right in front of her face, just closes the book.
Okay, bye.
I head back to Falas and Bort and say, I want to go north. And he walks into the ocean. No, not quite.
Yeah, so I think that is perhaps an adventure for another day, another party, another arc. Anything else you folks want to do for the rest of this little evening here?
Worried about this soup, not gonna lie.
I'm sure you're fine.
Hail of Doom, Dave. David.
Yeah.
Hail of Doom.
Just in the village.
Nip this one in the bud, yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen with the other villages that are effectively abandoned. Like, how many are in, what's this, Glades Reach or whatever?
So you guys had named this island Glades Edge. I should say that meta-wise, the players named this. In-universe has already named that. Because it would be a bit presumptive for you guys to show up and name islands. What are we, the British?
Stab the flag in there. Like, claim this land.
That's right.
Yeah.
We are political on this podcast.
Yeah. Try to keep up with the 1700s.
Yeah.
What was I answering before?
Who knows,
Glades,
Dave? It's gone.
There's two towns. There's two towns here, and Glades Edge on the northeast side is abandoned. I don't know what you're rolling, but that's cool. It's been a while since we rolled.
There may or may not be arrows flying into the sky. Don't worry, it's a bad roll. I hit nothing. Cool.
As usual.
Out of character, absolutely true. This so we're obviously not going to sell this 300-pound block of super fantasy igneous jade to this very poor developing village.
I only sold the goat chains and the dinner plates.
Also, yeah, they're out of money anyway. I assume, Dave. So is it reasonable for us to actually sell it on Torlin?
Weren't we trying to bring it back for Okri?
He just wants money, though.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he wanted the
Let's be
slab.
honest.
Oh my,
Okay.
no.
Let's be honest.
So, like, you could potentially use someone on Torlin to try and broker a deal, but
Yeah, that sounds good.
it's unlikely that anyone on Torlin would want it as like a prize possession or anything like that. That would pay for it.
Whoa,
Yeah.
okay. A little harsh, Dave, but I hear you. Okay.
Melt it down, make something.
All right.
Are we heading back then?
Probably.
We should find you a cobbler.
Yeah. Is there any skilled tradesmen?
Yeah.
town?
Well, there was. Oh, Dover, how we miss him.
Yeah.
He was the baker, the cobbler, the
The
town
minstrel.
rock star.
I would just love it if everything just comes back around. It's just like, oh, well, yeah, we would have had that if Dover was still here.
Indeed.
What a legend.
Dover loved cinder whales.